hello, everyone. Welcome to the road trip. This is I'm DWTT, and this is my man, Mr. Tom. Mr. Tom, how are you doing?
I am not bad. I'm uh hay fever is rather annoying, but other than that, I'm fine. Uh, Also, Gary caught me mid lunch. To be fair, I mean I should know it's 3 p.m., but I had one bit left. So
That's
anyway,
late. That's a late lunch.
it
You
really
said
is.
you said mid lunch. You meant
No, you
late
caught
lunch.
me mid lunch. Like I was in the middle of eating lunch. Now I
Yeah.
finished my lunch.
There you go, everyone. He has finished his ham sandwich, and
Yep.
he's nourished. I'm still having my morning beverage, um, or
What
morning
beverage have you got,
beverages.
sir?
Uh, I have a mushroom tea. I have like my protein shake, and then I have a green tea, then water. So yeah,
I see.
so yeah. And joining us early in this morning, we've got Lonzo in the house, and Lonzo basically just, if he wanted, if there's any chance of him being getting an invite, he is just nixed that right here, and you know why? You know why? Yeah, he gets in here and asking these silly questions. He
I,
knows.
I, I don't think they're that silly. I think I've heard that the guy that he enjoys on the show is rather delightful.
Oh, okay. All right, I hear that.
I've never met the guy personally. I'm never here when he's here.
That is
So
true. You always seem to disappear. It's like you two are one. It's almost like you two are one.
hmm
Oh man. So, uh, well, football is almost over. The big one's coming in about 5 hours. Is that right? Yes, in about 5 hours, the biggest
sounds right.
trophy will be available for two teams to win. None from England this go around. As an England team has been in the finals, right, for the last six, at least 6 of the last 7 years, I think.
Feels like it.
I think because Liverpool was in three at least, um, and Chelsea definitely was in one, and um, and City's been in one or one or just one, right? One
No, no, no.
final.
See, no, the City had the one that they won,
Yeah,
and they lost to Chelsea
they lost to
in the
Chelsea.
lockdown.
Okay, all right. So there you go. So yeah, I think pretty much a lot of these seasons have all, a lot of these finals have had an English team in them, except for this one, when it really counted. The most important time to have an England team go deep
I know you're
is
right,
now.
Gary. I absolutely know you're right, but just for the sake of our
Yeah,
sanity and
the reason
interest,
why I
let's
thought
start.
there was one season where there wasn't, but I don't know.
No,
No,
there probably is. No, you're right. Again, there probably is because, excuse me, there would have been the year Man City lost to Chelsea, not Chelsea, Real Madrid. You know
yeah, they
when
lost
Real
to
Madrid
Real.
scored twice in injury time.
Yeah, yeah. So
So,
yeah, and Lonzo's got a doctor's appointment. All right.
uh,
Yep. Yeah, you want to make sure your eyes are right. And Holly Scroggins, or Spencer's better half, is saying hello to us. Hello, Holly. Hope you're doing well. So
yeah.
yeah.
Uh, no, actually, the reason. No, you are right. From 2018 onwards, English team in every final, apart from the COVID year when Bayern Munich played PSG in the final.
Okay. Okay. Ah.
But that was a one-off tournament. That was one-legged. They did the tournament in 2 weeks, if I remember rightly.
Huh. Wow.
Something like that.
Bayern Munich
Other than
won,
that,
huh?
though, yeah. Other than that, yeah, it was Man City won last year. Real Madrid beat Liverpool. Chelsea then beat Man City. Bayern beat PSG. Liverpool beat Tottenham. Real Madrid beat Liverpool. So that's
Yeah.
twice in 5 or 6 years. And then Real Madrid played Juventus. So yeah, and there had been an English team in the final at that point since Chelsea won it in 2012. So
Okay.
yeah, the run ends today, I suppose.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
on our
Like I said, this is probably the most important time for an England team to go deep in go deep in Europe in general, and we failed. Right?
To what level do you think everyone conspired to stop? Yeah. So we've got a question from Holly because I think she's trying to pawn him off on us.
Yeah. Oh, he's bothering her. So she said, "You know what? You're bothering me. I'm just gonna go on and hang out with Gary anyways, since that's what you'd be doing."
I take that. That's code for give Spencer the link now.
I thought you know what? I give Spencer the link all the time. You know what? If the man doesn't want to come hang out with us, what am I supposed to do? I sent him the link
did
the
you
same
give him
time
the
I
link
sent.
this time?
I sent him the link the same time I sent you the link.
You do send me the link. Hang on,
Yeah.
let me double
Yeah.
check. I know you do, but
Yeah, I sent you the link and I sent him the link pretty much a second or two around there. So.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Is he a regular on this show now? Can he be part of the road trip group now? How does that work? How long does he need to
I suppose I don't
establish
see
himself?
why not. I mean, I've added him to the rotation on the full Nelson.
All right, so there you go. I don't know how the rules are.
I
You
don't
said
know how to
oh no, Spence is coming on. Holly, we were just kidding.
I don't actually know how to edit him into the intro because I don't have the skills to do that. And the person that made it, obviously, is not in a position to do it.
True.
Sorry, I was coughing, not laughing. But yeah, otherwise I would.
There might be a way to like kind of take the video you have and then just kind of put him in, like a head floating around or something like that. I can do that. If there's like a place where you like just put his head in there or something.
Okay.
I can do that. I have technology to do that. So Spencer will be joining us, folks, and he'll be giving us his useless facts about teams that nobody cares about. Nobody cares about. Yeah, I don't even. The fact that he even mentions them means that he cares a little bit, and we don't care, do we? We don't care.
I'll listen out of politeness.
In the back of your brain, like, damn Americans talking about American sports to English people who have no clue.
I don't know what an RBI is. I don't care what an RBI is. I'm not going to mention it because then I'm afraid you'll teach me. I know it means runs batted in. I know what it means.
Oh, look who's joining
Sam.
us also. Sam has joined us. Sam, as you guys know, has left the motherland and has gone back to the
country. He's not left Earth or the mortal coil.
Yeah.
He left England.
Yeah.
Left England.
He's gone back. He's gone back home. Kind of, if you want to say that. So
how you doing, Sam?
Yep. How you doing, sir? So we'll see. Yep. I'm well.
Are you coming on, Sam?
Yeah, we'll see. I assume if he was coming on, he would be on, right?
That's true.
Because yeah.
I
wanted to say something before I forget. At least over here in the States, it is Mental Health Month. So all of us have mental health challenges. Some of us deal with them better than others. So just be wary of what you say and who you say it to, I guess, and understand that. So yeah. You left our planet. Yep, he left our planet.
Left England. Left Earth. I'm fortunate. I'm real. Can't believe he did that.
So we'll see Sam when he's got the time. So he's a little busy man, probably getting himself situated and all that kind of stuff. So it was. I haven't moved countries like he's moved countries, twice in a couple of years. So can't be easy.
So
also
when
joining
Spencer
us
arrives, I'll bombard him with my latest batch of Leeds memes.
Oh yeah. I got some stuff we can talk about as well. So Ryan has joined us. Ryan, welcome to the show. Good afternoon to you, sir. Ryan, of course, as you know, will have his watch along on later this evening. Like I said, in about 5 hours.
Sorry, who's playing?
Why do you play dumb? Why you do
No,
this?
I'm serious.
Why are you playing dumb, Mr. Tom? We just talked
I've
about it.
upset Colonel. Good. Tell him whatever I did, I meant it double.
Oh man, how did you after last Sunday's game?
No, it was probably because I
Were
was
you
swearing
supposed
at
to
him.
be? Were you supposed to be happy after that game or something?
No, I was probably swearing. I probably, if I remember rightly, I probably said, "Where's Colonel? Come on, give it large. I'm ready
Oh,
for it." It was something like that. I said, it must have been.
very true, very true. But I've seen Colonel Ward in the chat, so he's around and about. So we'll see if he
He
joins us
couldn't have
this
been that
morning.
upset because he came into my lead show and behaved himself.
There you go. There you go. Yes, everybody's saying hi. So, what else we got going on? Taib has joined me in Instagram.
Taib's in the Instagram.
Yeah, so I'm trying this Instagram thing. I'm always
Okay.
weary about pushing this show anywhere else but on YouTube, just because of some of the characters who join us. You know, it's always it's a road trip, but I guess I am not that 100% go road trip guy, but all my participants are. So it's a little bit.
Taib is
Taib
here.
has joined us there.
So has Taib popped up in YouTube now? Because I can see his comment.
He's in YouTube now, so I think he's in YouTube,
Okay.
and he did say he did join probably the show in Instagram for a bit. Maybe he's still
Fair
there,
enough.
but hello Taib,
Taib.
welcome to the show, and Taib with his welcome that just is nasty.
I can smell dogs. That means it's Russ Morgan's entered the building.
That's right. Yes.
Dogging
Yes.
joke.
Yes. Yes.
Anyway, shouldn't it?
Yes.
If you have to explain your joke, it weren't funny in the first place.
No, yeah,
so,
no.
Sorry about
It's
that,
always
Russ.
like, is he out with the dogs? Usually is what I say, because he can't really. Doesn't
That's-
seem like he
it's a
can
lot-
join us. He can join us unless he's out with the dogs,
That's a lot better than
walking the
what I
dogs.
said.
And yes,
Wow.
and Sam with a response back. So there you go. I don't know.
Sam
I'm
got
not.
his Norwegian accent yet.
He probably had it. He probably was just holding it back. Russ, I don't even know.
The dogger
Okay,
extraordinaire.
there you go. Now, I don't know. This is just getting. They just want to keep saying those words, those nasty words. I assume they're nasty words. Dirty words.
That's not PG. That's not PG.
Yeah,
Mr.
I don't know.
Tank.
Before Spencer gets on, I guess we can also. Do we want to talk about anything, or do we want to wait?
Oh wow.
Oh man. All right. I don't know if you meant to say this. Wow. Russ. Yeah. Next time you see Russ, next time, you know what? Next time we'll see Russ, guess what? He'll have sunglasses on, but then you'll know like there'll be like kind of like some black marks kind of on the outskirts, and you're like, "What's up?" And he's like, "Oh, it's just I just have an eye incident with my eye."
I mean, the thing I extrapolated from that comment was that although he says only I can, he means that he has.
Oh man,
That's just what I got from that. I'm not saying anyone is or
that's
isn't.
not an intro for this man, but from the floor down below the dogs, the cats, and of course the people who run the house. We've got the man,
the myth, the legend,
Spencer,
So
from the floor. Looks like he just woke up.
I did.
American Sam.
So I woke up at 9:30. So to give you an idea of last night, I got invited my wife got invited to one of her teacher friends' house, right? And I'm telling the story anyway.
Hey, she could have joined. She kind of said, you know what? She's done talking to you. So here we go. So in about 45 minutes, you woke up and she's like, "All right, do you guys want Spencer?"
It came down to the jokes I told about last night, right? So they're all Well, one guy's this like Marine Corps, like top. Well, I don't know what he does, and the other two are teachers. So, but he substitutes there. So halfway through the night, I don't know. I'm trying to find my place with this crew, right? With all they're talking is teaching. So what do I end up doing? Looking at memes on my phone. So it was still a fun night, but it was kind of like it's awkward because they drink, I don't. So it's like, they were there till 11 o'clock, and it was like I'm ready to go home and go to bed. But I'm here. I'm happy. It just, I think she was angry because she asked how my time was last night. And I told a couple jokes, and I was like, it'd be nice if the subject wasn't always teaching.
That's like her coming onto the show and we're always talking about football and nonsense.
And I would understand that. In all seriousness, I had fun. They were good people.
Yeah.
But we got to find something other to talk about than freaking work. You know what I mean? Like, expand your horizon.
I think Spencer didn't get the. He looks like Broncoin, but I don't think. I think he's trying to. I don't know if that's the best way to call yourself a nickname.
Well, people. So maybe I should put spaces in it. Maybe that's what I need to do.
Well, if you put a capital I in there, then it might stand out.
It might.
Actually.
To be fair, yeah, I do send a lot of mixed signals.
Yeah.
So, but hello, Russ.
Yeah, and Russ basically saying, "Damn." That's all I gotta say to this one.
I mean, that's the coldest thing that could ever be said to this show.
I know, that is just the meanest thing Russ has put on his thing. Wow.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's accurate. I mean, I'm sure it's not a lie. No lies detected, I'm pretty sure. But still.
Wow. And Sam comes, I don't know what this means. Can you anybody translate what he means by this?
I don't want to know. Russ has the softest lips, apparently.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that means. Yeah, and Russ is looking out for the women. He said, "Spencer, leave her alone."
I'm getting pictures of like that Britney Spears meme, or not meme, like clip where the guy's crying and going, "Leave Britney alone." If you've all seen it.
I don't know what this meme is. Do you guys know what this meme is? I don't know.
Oh no, he's asked if you laughed at a Donald Trump meme.
I laugh at all memes.
I could be wrong. That's my perception of that comment.
Okay, yeah.
I laugh at Donald Trump memes.
I laugh at every meme.
I laugh at Joe Biden memes.
Yeah.
Neither of them are my president.
I laugh at every meme possible. There's nothing off limits for humor for me.
Yeah, and then Taib, I skipped over your comment for a reason.
Spencer McScrocked's fumble door.
Yeah.
That makes me laugh because I watched Harry Potter 3 yesterday.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah. Did you watch it at theater?
I did. It was the 20th anniversary of the third Harry Potter movie. Hence why I saw it.
Was it? I assume was it busy?
It was more busy than some. It's also important to note in England it's half term, like so the kids are on holiday. Hence why the cinema would have been more busy than when I usually go. But
do you go at like the weird time so that you don't have to deal with too many people?
Yeah, that's exactly what happens. Yeah, I try and avoid the busy periods because what annoys me more than anything is when someone sits next to me in the cinema and there's lots of space in the cinema. It's like, why did you actively choose? Because I would have chose this seat. Did you choose the seats beforehand? I actively choose this seat knowing there's going to be no one around me. And then you've chose the seat, seeing my seat within that vicinity. Pardon my language, everyone, but that human being can go fuck themselves.
Yeah, Mr. Tom sits in the first row right in the middle, and there's nobody else in the theater, and somebody else goes and sits right next to him. And then uses the arm next to him, of course.
Hold on. This is just like the etiquette in the bathroom, right? You have 3 urinals and someone chooses the middle one. Why'd you choose the middle one?
Yeah, that's
choose the first or the third.
There you go. That's just how the book works, man.
And to be clear, I didn't actively choose the seat knowing someone else was going to be there. That would be moronic. That would be like the moron that chose the seat knowing they didn't know I was going to be there. Yeah. It's just it's a grid on the seat. Like, doesn't show you who's going to be sat in it, but you know that someone's going to be sat in it.
Question: do you have assigned seats though? Because over here we have assigned seats now.
Hang on, sorry. What do you mean?
you pick your seat.
Yeah, and that's
Not assigned seats, but you pick your seat.
What I
Essentially.
think what Gary means is you could pay like Cinema Cafe. You could pay for the seat with your ticket.
Like when you walk in, like you can buy your ticket online, and then say
Yeah.
I want this seat. I don't know what happens when you. I've never actually walked into a theater in a very long time and bought a ticket.
To my
It's
understanding,
been
as
years
long as
since I've
I
done
can
that.
remember back,
Mm.
for the 10 years I've been going to this cinema, you generally have you got say I want to see, for example, Harry Potter 3, and they go, oh cool, and they spin their thing round and it's whole seats, and they go pick your seat.
Yeah.
Hence why it flabbergasts me even more when someone else comes and sit next to me. I'm like, who the
You
fuck
know what?
are you?
It's actually got when everybody else looks at it, it actually says Mr. Tom hates neighbors. That's what it says.
It
And
should.
so, and then the only option they have is right next to you.
Don't get me wrong. If the movie's busy, I may have seen Harry Potter 3, Ross. I may have. I can understand if it's like a busy period or like a big movie has opened, like, and it's going to be full. Like, you can't odds that. Like, that's my fault. That's my fault for choosing the time and the mood or whatever. But there are times where I'm like, there's literally 5 people in this room. Why have you sat next to me?
Yeah.
And I'll just sit there throughout the whole trade, just staring at them like, I hope I'm making you more uncomfortable than I am. Go away.
Start licking
Get
your
out of my
fingers.
house.
You start licking
Sorry,
your
what?
fingers and stuff like that.
Do you pick the front row?
No.
You
I
pick middle.
pick wherever. No, I'll pick wherever no one else is.
Mm.
I'm not fussy. I will sit anywhere. Obviously, there are the more ideal seats. Like, obviously, ideally, you go in the middle, in the middle, like literally in the middle, right? Or then you move like up.
Have you picked the wall, and then somebody still come by and sit next to you?
It's actually funny you say that. About a couple of months ago, I did pick the side. I weren't literally in the side. There was like 3 or 4. No, sorry, about 6, whatever. And I sat there, and the guy sat about 3 seats away, and I'm like, motherfucker, there's literally no one in front of me for 5 rows. Why aren't you there? Sorry, just.
Oh man, yeah.
I'm only here because no one else was here. Anyway, sorry. I'm just.
Tell you, I skip any comment that reaches a level that I can't. I can barely finish reading it. Okay. Yeah, I'm like that. American Mountain Dew. I don't like Mountain Dew, but Yoo-hoo I can get with Yoo-hoo. Mountain Dew's just got like it's yellow, electric yellow, right? And I don't know about the flavor, but not for me. It wakes you up though. If you that's what people would drink it for, right? It had like I don't know if it had more caffeine than any other soda, but maybe because of the flavor, people are like, oh, it's got more caffeine in it.
I feel it's something you drink before you're going to go get an X-ray.
Or you have to have a urine test maybe, because then that will like shock the doctors.
Oh yeah.
Now look at Mr. Tom's got something to say, but we'll get to that in a second because we got to go through his comments, so I'm not holding people back. Sam likes Denny's and IHOPs. IHOP, yeah, you probably like every once in a while IHOP has like eat all the pancakes you want deal, you know. So yeah, I can do with the IHOP. It's better. I've done it to go, but it's better when you're there, of course. I don't know who this Granny Norma is, but I think I'm not gonna check it on the interweb. I don't think I'm gonna do that. And I think I know why Mr. Tom put that can up, because now everybody's they're done being nice to you. They've hit the window. We're 25 minutes in, Mr. Tom. It was nice seeing you, and now we're gonna go after you. All right?
Go after me. I'm thrilled that this happened.
You're thrilled? No, I'm just
thrilled that this happened.
Yeah. So are you part of Red Bull franchise, or you're just sponsored by them?
Me personally, yeah. The cool sweet taste of taurine, delicious.
Is the Red Bull really delicious, Tom, or are you just saying that?
If you like
I'm
Mountain
reluctant.
Dew, if you
I'm
like Mountain Dew,
reluctant
then
to
Red
open the
Bull is
can.
not a
I must
problem.
admit.
I'll
Sorry?
say that much. But you know
No,
what,
no.
Red Bull?
The reason I'm reluctant is because I know I won't sleep if I drink this.
Hmm. I just know what I don't know what it's called, but I think it's like Red Bull and vodka or something like that.
That's what I used to drink back in
Yeah.
my student days.
Yeah.
I
And
didn't like Red Bull. I didn't like vodka, but you put them together, you had Saturday night.
there you go. RB Elite Sig. There you
I
go.
don't mind Red Bull in all truth. It's delicious.
Did you switch from Pepsi, or are you just taking a little break?
Oh no, I've got both.
Oh,
So,
see, now he's double fisted now. There you go. And then Russ
that's not PG.
Russ tells you how he feels about Red Bull. You don't like it.
That tastes like 60 million.
You don't like it. All right.
Do you know, genuinely true. No, I'll say this.
Whose picture is that on your cup?
Oh, that's Michael Scott.
Yeah,
Okay, you know what? For a second I thought it was something else, and I was gonna say, is that David Swimmer from
No,
whatever?
Steve Carell.
Yeah, not David Swimmer, but yeah, is it David Swimmer?
From Friends?
David Schwimmer
Yeah, from Friends. Yeah, that's why I thought.
I haven't
it was
watched
initially.
much of Friends, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So.
I watched a film. I watched a film called The Blackening. It's a horror movie. It's exactly how it sounds. 7 people or whatever it is are trapped in a house and have to play games. One of the questions in the games, basically someone's going to try and this group of people. They're all black. It's a horror movie, and obviously they all think they're going to die. One of the questions in this game that they have to play was name the 5 black actors in Friends. Over the course of 10 years, name the 5 that have been in Friends. 5.
I know the lawyer. I know the marathon runner guy. That's 2.
Just saying, nearly 200 episodes, 5 actors.
Wow. That is wow.
It's just a running joke, isn't it? That they never had black characters in Friends. But Aisha Tyler was one.
Ah, okay.
Tell you that now, because she had the big hair. Yeah, Ross's girlfriend, Aisha Tyler.
There you go. I like the lawyer. The lawyer was great, right? Wasn't he? The lawyer was. He's from. Oh no, he's from what you call it?
No, you're thinking of the lawyer in Seinfeld.
Oh, yeah. Now I'm getting all confused. Yeah, Spencer never watched Friends.
Unfortunately, I have.
A little history lesson on Mountain Dew. Sam says it originally came out as a refreshing citrus soda to compete with Fanta. It is nowhere close to Fanta. Oof. Then later they gave it an energy drink profile. I prefer the original energy drink profile. I thought it was like a high caffeine profile because energy drink sounds like Gatorade, and it ain't Gatorade.
They do advertise it like it is a bit Lucasade, Gatorade. Didn't they used to advertise it with Steven Seagal? Ironically enough, or am I misremembering that? Can't remember. The guy who eats the carrots, Gary.
I know who Steven Seagal is. He's the cook, man.
Ross Morgan's comment. It's amazing.
Yeah. 5 black characters was too many for Spencer. I don't even know what that means.
Ross, come on, man.
Southampton getting promoted is still no good for me. Leeds should have pulled their finger out. I blame Verbo.
Sorry, I need to.
Colonel Wood has joined us, so now Mr. Tom can, what are you going to say?
Sorry, guys, I've got to find this energy drink that I don't want to say it out loud. So I'm going to download a photo onto here. It's a real drink. And
I've tried Celsius. It's all right, but I don't like. It's just sugar water, I guess, basically. So, whatever sugar water you want. All right. But Red Bull and vodka sounds like a better choice, a better usage of Red Bull.
I have drunk Monster, to be fair. It was okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do excuse me. I'm just gonna
I used to
this
like the
photo.
white monsters, and then I saw that that club was sponsored by them. I stopped drinking them.
I've
Uh,
never heard of Celsius, I must say.
yeah,
in
it's
terms of
something.
drinking.
It's something new over here that I've seen. I don't know. Did you guys see Conte? I believe is now the manager of Napoli. I
It
believe
doesn't surprise me.
so. So I think I don't know. Does anybody think that affects Osimhen? Whether he stays or goes?
Could have an impact.
I have no idea. Yes, Colonel. Yes. It's true.
It means you might get some players from Salzburg.
Hopefully, my actual first thought, as petty as this is, my first thought was, oh, maybe they won't make us pay the £18 million for that crock of shit they sold us. And then I thought, oh, then maybe they won't make us pay the £20 million for that crock of shit they sold us. And then I realised, oh, wait, they sold us more than one crock of shit. So then I was, maybe they won't make us pay the £22 million for the other crock of shit they sold us. Yeah, we've been busy with them over a few years.
And Mr. Tom, complete the sentence. Leeds are.
Oh, that's funny, that. I got one for that.
Oh, there you go.
Absolutely disgusted with Currys. Just bought a new 75-inch TV to watch Premier League next season, but it comes with no leads. To which Currys themselves replied, sorry, we've had a recall. They kept falling apart. Ryan, I come ready, bro.
You got to try the Celsius Tropical. You know what?
Are you going to become?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, are you going to become RB Leeds United?
Apparently, right, to my understanding, as part of the agreement, that will never happen.
Yeah, it's
No
Leeds
one will
United.
stand for it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I bet you'll have that Red Bull sponsorship on the middle of that kit, though.
Oh, I bet we will, because they're paying £60 million for it. So yeah, I bet we'll wear their logo.
Is that 60 a year?
You gonna go get that thing?
Oh, of course I will. I'm actually
There you go.
I'm more curious to how awful because I tend to get the away kits more than the home kits, because the home kits are hard to wear, like for general everyday use.
Yep, they're always white.
Because they dirty quicker. Like we've gone through this, to be fair.
Yeah.
But so I won't bore everyone with it again. But in general, it probably will.
Mm-hmm.
But again, 60. They're apparently over 3 years they're going to give us 200 million. 60 million is this year for the kit, and then 140 over the next 2 years, which they presume will be in the Premier League.
So that amount, that's way more than any other championship team has sponsored on their shirt, right?
By a mile. That's bordering on Premier League team level. Tony was telling me that you get 60 million a year for your shirt sponsorship. I don't know whether that's true, but it sounds like it could be, because ultimately it's just a name on the shirt.
That sounds like a lot for 1 year.
It is. It's almost like we're going to financial dope the thing for financial fair play reasons.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot for 1 year, just because. I mean, yeah. I mean, you only. Yeah.
It's okay when Leicester and Everton do it though.
But you're ecstatic about this.
I am ecstatic about it because
There
the
we
first
go.
thing because I openly said, I said on the lead show, and I think I said on various other shows, why don't we start doing what every other team has done and benefited from, because the punishment never fits the crime. So why don't we foul financial fair play this year? Because there's actually no moral pride in actually passing it, because everyone who cheats it does better than you.
You just get roasted by randos like us on YouTube. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the punishment.
Yeah.
You can live with that.
I mean, I get roasted by randos on YouTube for breathing, so I don't think it fucking matters.
Yeah. Yeah. What is it? What does this mean?
Hands off Sesko. It's
Or
because
hand
he's
us.
heard that. It's because he's heard that Arsenal are in for Benjamin Sesko from Red Bull Leipzig, and he is a football manager, darling. Oh, yeah, it's true. I did say that. Ryan's confirmed that I said exactly that after the Leeds game.
Yeah.
What implied to me, though, is what was implied to me is it would have been even more money had we got promoted, but it was happening either way. This has been in the pipeline for about 6 months, apparently.
Yeah. So Sam has a question.
Has Fark been booted? No, quite the opposite. I think they're even more committed to him. They're really happy with the job he did. From what I've seen written, basically they were like, "Well, he got 90 points. Like, what can you say to that?"
I guess the thing that will be a challenge for him is, will he keep hold of the team? How much of the team will he keep, and then will he be able to overachieve with who he does bring in? Because like you got 90 and you didn't even get a guaranteed spot. So you're gonna come down to the pack essentially, and you're gonna have to vet in some new players, and you're gonna lose some potentially really good players, right? I know a lot of people. I've heard a lot of
We'll
people
lose
mentioning
Somerville and Nonto,
Somerville.
so I don't want to lie and say we'll lose really good players, but
No, but they're good players for you. Like Somerville, one of the top players in championship.
yeah, but
So
I prefer
you're
players
losing
that
one of the
are,
top players in the league that you're staying in. That's a big drop.
hopefully he will come out of hiding from wherever he hid at Wembley on Sunday.
Yeah, and Nanto sitting on that front line for a team that did what they did, right? You're gonna have to replace him as well. So you have to replace 2 players on your front line.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's just
is what it is.
it's just a challenge, is all I'm saying. Yeah.
But if you got that 60 million from the shirt sponsor, you might be able to keep one of the two.
Yeah.
I'd see. Thank you, Ryan, for confirming that I said that.
Yeah. And I don't know what this.
Were people expecting me to be upset that our club has been infiltrated by Red Bull? I'm like, well, this is what we needed, was some financial clout.
Do we have a list of Red Bull's crimes against humanity? Do we have a list of those? Oh, we don't. Sorry. Carry on.
Okay.
Have they committed crimes against humanity?
Yeah.
They've won Formula One quite a bit.
I mean, but not to the level of Qataris and the Saudis. So,
I mean, yeah, I can stomach it. I mean,
yeah. I don't know what this means.
The thing in sport is your actual pool of people that can buy you is really limited. Like, and I don't necessarily mean in the championship. I just mean, like, if Arsenal were to be sold by the Cronkies, who could afford you? You'd need someone richer than the Cronkies, right?
And that's why the Cronkies don't sell, because they don't sell. They don't sell a improving.
You don't get to be that rich
property
by selling
essentially.
stuff for less than it's worth, do you?
Yeah. He's not going to keep. He's not. I mean, I don't think they sell it all. Just the Leeds team, like Leicester, should have got 100 points. It was good enough to. EPR team didn't. Was it a fraction as good as the Leeds team? Yeah. That's the problem. They had that bad point. I mean, the problem is all the teams had bad cycles in the season. Yours just happened to come at the wrong time, but maybe it came at the time it was supposed to, because, like as I said, all teams had a little dip in form throughout the season, which brought everybody back, into the fold. So it was just a cycle. And yours looks worse because it happened towards the end, but I think it was just, it was just going to happen just because that's the nature of the league, I guess. Things that get battered. There you go. Yeah.
Sorry, couldn't help it.
Yeah, and as Sam confirms along with you. Yeah.
We'll have to sell someone because you just,
Well, some of it has
give the
potential.
impression you're complying with it.
Yeah. Well, some of it has potential, and plus, you're not going to play him as many games probably when you bring him in. If you were going to bring him into the Premier League, so you might be able to get the best out of him when you put him in. You know what I mean?
I think he's played his last game. I think Nono has as well. I don't know whether we're going to buy Joe Rodon permanently. Excuse me. Fucking hell, excuse me again.
Yep.
So I don't know if that's the case, but obviously they have a better idea than I do. But it's exciting times. It's a lot more exciting than it looked like on Monday, when it was like, oh God, what are we going to do? We're going to have to sell half the team. We weren't financially poor with the 49ers, but sell that crap goalie. Sorry. They gave us Red Bull, the drink, for a start. That's the worst crime. Speaking of bottlers, though, and which Yorkshire club are chronic playoff bottlers? That's right, Leeds United. Couldn't help it. And this is if we lose the playoff final in 2025. Here come the Red Bulls. And a barrage of cans are now knocking Bamford unconscious. Oh no, my bones are so brittle, but I always drink plenty of Red Bull. We're proud to include Red Bull Leeds into the Red Bull family. 30 minutes later. Well, that's the end of me. Couldn't help it.
How mad would you be if they did that?
I'll be beyond mad. Do you know what would upset me more is if they rehired Jesse Marsh. I'm not looking at it. I already know what it says. I'm not looking at it. I'm not even giving it the time of day. Sorry, Russ. I'm looking above it. Does everyone want to win tonight? Don't care. No. Sorry, Spencer. No, we're not bringing that man back for his penis ball formation. No, absolutely not. No, it's not, Ryan. It's not a good point. It's upsetting, actually. It's upsetting. It's brought me down off of my mountain. No. Oh, hang on. Sorry, I needed to answer the question earlier about the monster drink. This is a drink that's available in England, and I have tried, and not very good. 1 second. Let me add it. This is a genuine drink in England. Not a joke. It's a real drink. That's just like putting a can of Coke on the screen.
I don't know about that.
No, it is a legitimate drink. I can walk down the street right now and buy it. I haven't, but I can.
I'm just saying, if a kid took that drink to school or a Coke bottle to school, I know which one's getting into the principal's office and which one's not.
Well, yeah, because it'd be why you're buying an energy drink. Gary, you've gone muted, sir.
I know he's just in shock.
Oh, I muted myself. I didn't even realize that. I don't know what this. But anyway, let's
I
get back to
imagine
this
you-
real quick. Who's winning? Before I
Oh, Real
forget.
Madrid are winning.
And Spencer?
Well, I'm gonna root for Dortmund.
Yeah, I kind of want some madness. I want madness, but I don't want pissed off Real Madrid. So I don't even know. You know what I mean? Like if they were to lose this to Dortmund, they're going to come back stronger next year, and we know they are going to come back stronger next year. And we probably know, guess what? They're going to come back stronger next year. And just if I haven't said it already, but I think they're going to come back stronger next year.
Penis ball drink.
Yeah, I didn't put that up because I don't know what that. No, can't do it. Yep, I
Okay.
was on mute. I muted myself, and then I don't even know what this means. What does this mean?
Have you seen the new Stoke City kit?
No.
Not kit. The logo. They've changed their logo.
No.
It's bad.
Oh, I did see that. What in the world is that? What?
That's funny. You say you actually said the line that Krusty the Clown says. What the hell was that?
What? 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 So, ooh.
That was the first time I ever saw Stoke City's new badge, and I didn't like it one bit.
Oh my gosh, that is terrible. That is terrible. Somebody, how in the world do you go from what was, before and after, and go, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Let's do that. Yeah. Stefan's hopefully Dortmund. Yeah. And
I think Colonel's got a
Colonel
question.
Ward Colonel Ward's doing his impression of Tony's. Can you do a zoom in for me, please?
Tony doesn't say please.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that, but yes.
He goes, Tom.
Yes. Oh,
like
you know what I?
like to use a token on this. Token.
You know what I? Oh, can I do this here? Oh, yes, I can. Oh man. You know what I'm gonna do, right?
I know what you're gonna do.
Because now that
it's fantastic.
let me find it here. Oh, here we go. Did I sent it to you, right? Yep.
You did.
There we go.
Which
Right,
then
yeah.
made me watch what led up to it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna. Oh man, I gotta save this, but then we're gonna load it up. But yes, we had a oh man, funny time. Let me see. This is 200. 30.
I'll wait for it to load up. Apparently, it's because the potteries are in Stoke.
All right, so here we go. All right, cool.
They're the potters.
All right, so we will. Let me see. Boom, boom, boom.
Oh, hang on. We got a rugby union update from Spencer. Bath 8, Cell 5.
I believe it's semifinals today too. By the way.
Oh, yeah. This is funny. I hope it comes in clear, but we shall see. But you guys should have a laugh with this. It's taking some time to process, so bear with us.
Of course it does.
Oh, so everybody, this is it's almost 2 minutes, but we'll see how long you guys want to let it go for. But it was very funny. So here we go. Everybody ready? 3, 2.
Cut it 5 seconds after he leaves.
Okay. Is it? So
yeah, Spain. If we're a big club, Gary, we'd just go to Fulham, go down to the college, and slap some money down on the table there.
Tony
Tony
was always going to play.
He's
look at
shocked.
Tony's face. He's like, "What the hell was that?"
Well, you have to get Tony to agree with you next.
Yeah, that's all right there.
That's the next thing you need to do, Stan. Go back and get Tony to agree to that comment, Stan. Tony's still like, what happened? What just happened?
You get all shy?
Gosh,
that's the most quiet he's been.
I know
on
exactly.
the
His tongue is. Tongue-tied.
Stan,
Oh,
could you just explain to him what just happened? Because he doesn't.
Oh,
That says a lot.
He couldn't come back because he knew better. You know, he had a little bit of a quorum there, a little bit of a, you know. Oh my gosh. Oh, yes. So, Mr. Mrs. Stan basically shut up Tony. It was, yeah, it was a quiet show for about 5 minutes or so.
I need to use my wife when Tony's arguing about something stupid. That's what I need to do.
Or you can have one of the dogs come on and say something. You know, he's not going to talk back to the dog. I know that much.
He was relatively well behaved on the full Nelson, so
Yeah.
then he unleashed it all on Ray show, basically,
Yeah.
in my opinion. But
Yep.
anyway,
Yep. Yep. And Sam, nasty.
have a good night.
Colonel
Stefan.
Ward,
Take care.
nasty. And what is this?
That may have been what I thought, Russ.
All right, Stefan, thanks for joining us. I hope you feel better. We feel better. Tom has clearly never been spoken to by a real woman.
Tony.
Oh, Tony.
Tony, not Tom.
Sorry.
Tony.
That was a poor slip of the tongue there. Very, very poor. Yes. It's funny. I had to go back in and watch it, and I was like, I got to record this because this has got to go up on the show. Because, you know, why not? Whenever Tony says something, I can just put that clip up, and then he has nothing to say.
What exactly did she say to him, though?
Saliba.
Oh, because no,
Yeah.
sorry. The backstory to that is Tony is adamant that Saliba would have never played a game for Arsenal,
Mhm.
except for the fact that Ben White got injured, which is why he then played. So Tony's still sticking to the line that
Oh,
Saliba
God.
still would never have played for Arsenal.
That's his old
And
reliable
basically,
argument.
Stan's wife basically came in and basically went, Saliba would have played a game for Arsenal. That was my understanding of what was said.
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah, that is his. He does tend to bring that up. You know, it's like once every 6 months or once every 3 months, it's like slave argument, and everybody's like, Tony.
That's funny though, because his opinion is that everyone else brings it up. I have brought it up to him with the point of this is a great example of something you are unequivocally wrong on, and you won't admit you're wrong on it.
Yeah.
Oh.
At least he says I'm not gonna say it.
Well, you got to remember how the full Nelson ended. Me and Stan were trying to admit that he was wrong, and we were egging him on, but not in a very negative way, but more like, it's okay, Tony, you can admit you're wrong. It's okay.
No, I did see.
It's a safe
That's
space.
what we did.
That.
That's what it was like, Tony, this is such a nothing thing to admit you're wrong on. Like, there's no inner strength to be gained from denying that you're wrong about wrestling.
Yeah, this
It's
is
not
a safe
real.
space, Tony.
It doesn't matter.
So tell me, how often is he correct about wrestling?
Oh, very rarely, but it's not the point. The point is, I'm not always. There are things in wrestling even I'm wrong on. It's subjective. A lot of it. It doesn't matter. But he doesn't get that. But then the ironic thing is, he'll then message me, Tom, 90% of our comments are opinions, and I'm like, it's funny that you feel like you have to tell me what is an opinion and what isn't. But anyway.
Oh man. Yeah. Yeah. I think there's a lot of things going on, at least in the transfer world. I mean, Arsenal could be losing Zinchenko, could be losing Milsruf-Rowe, you know, and some of those seem like they could be legit things. So Arsenal needs to do that. I know I know I'm switching gears here from where we just came from, but yeah, things that we'll see what Tony says about that. But yeah, no, that was a good show to be on. I kind of didn't catch everything she said, so I had to go back and watch it. But the fact that you saw his face, then he disappeared, then he came back and he's like, "Oh no, the dogs." What's funny is earlier in the show when the dogs needed to go out, he
Yeah.
took them out on live show. But
Yeah.
when they needed to come back in, for some reason,
You
the
have to turn
video
the
went.
camera off. Shocking that.
So it was like, I don't think so, dude. You got caught. You got caught. And you didn't want to, yeah. He was in shock. It was great. It was great. Now it's on video. We've got proof whenever, we got proof now. Oh, man.
I
That's-
mean,
but
I
that's
have
Tony,
opinions that I could extrapolate from all that, but I think if I say them on air, it might verge on bullying.
Yeah. Yeah. But it is funny. So we're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep it for a bit. Yeah, I did. Oh, the just one second. I'll be right back. You guys can continue. Sorry.
Can we talk about the uprise of Broncoin and what it's worth on the cryptocurrency market?
It
How do you
has
even get
immense
through that?
value. We released the IPO later this week, so
Okay. So I suppose Gary's taking the dogs out.
yeah,
All
he
right.
probably is.
Yes.
Gary, was you taking the dog out?
No. I was talking to one of my kids. Oh, I should have said I was
Oh.
talking to my kid. Yeah, I only got one kid at home these days. So yeah, and Spencer keeps putting up these bath sale signs. I don't understand. I don't care how much the sale of the bath's going for right now. To tell you the truth, I really don't.
It's rugby union, Gary.
Oh, I've just bath sale. All right. So yeah, I don't know about that stuff. What does this say? Yeah, there you go. Broncoin.
Put the actual name of the teams in there for you.
There you go.
So,
Look, Spencer, dirty, filthy minor
Oh
coins.
my god. Oh, Russ. That's incredible.
Yes. Best piece of bullying ever caught on film.
That's very true, though.
No, Gary, we'll be 90 years old, and Russ could be on his deathbed, and one of his last words would probably be,
I need ribs. I need ribs in the Tony video, please.
I can't believe you turned the show off and didn't record that bit of 3 minutes on film. I've rarely seen Russ more disappointed or furious.
Mm.
And I've seen his comments when Arsenal don't win.
Yeah. I don't know what this. No, I don't know. Current award. No.
I can't believe you put that up.
I don't know why I did that either, but it was somewhat clean, but it was like probably not something I should put up in either way. But you got me, Colonel Ward.
Got a lot of stuff being aired out today, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna say, so the physio, one of the physios, I think one of the physios for Arsenal is left and gone. Another one is left and gone to Manchester United. I don't know if this is a good or bad thing. Because supposedly we brought in a physio, right?
Great thing.
So.
Well, we've had injuries the last couple of years, Gary, so that would be my counterpoint to say maybe it is.
Everybody has injuries, though. We had probably the least amount of injuries that we've had in a while.
Oh my god, are we discussing the transfer of a physio?
We are. We can do that. There's levels to this thing, Mr. Todd. All aspects of football are covered on this. This is a road trip. We go anywhere we want. If we want to go physio transfers, we can do that, right, Spencer? Hey, look.
You say so.
Spencer's giving us BAF sale scores I think I can talk about the physio transfer. All right.
Finn Russell just hit a really good penalty from, I'd say, about 50 meters out.
So there you go.
That's
See, I don't even know who that is.
Amazing. I love it.
He's the 10
Love it, boys.
for Scotland.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. I
Here
did
to help
see.
you
I
out,
did see.
Gary.
I did see a meme. Saka, even though I mean, he did have. As far as I'm concerned, he didn't have one of his a good year for his standards. But the thing is, he has scored against every team he's faced, scored or assisted against every team he's faced in England.
Or assisted.
Huh?
Or assisted.
Yeah, he's had a goal involvement in against every team he's faced. So nobody's shut him out.
I think we should talk about Gabriel Jesus' goal involvement against Leeds when he dived for a penalty.
No, you know what? He probably deserved it because Leeds do stuff
Nah,
like that to
he
us.
ran into Luke Hayden's leg. It was disgusting. He should have actually been booked for it. It's disgusting. Wait a second. We got big news from Sam Greenwood. He's worried about our scout in Fiji. Well, Fiji's a lot closer to American Samoa than your scout in Manchester, so he might come across the bloodline. Fucking hay fever. Sorry, excuse me. Oh, hang on a minute. I'm going to copy what they're doing.
All right, so what's the new news, Tom? Other than what's on the docket for after the road trip today? Are you actually going to watch the Champions League final, or are you going to work on more NBA 2K?
I'll probably do a bit of both because I believe it's on YouTube, isn't it? The Champions League final.
Probably.
In England, they have to make the European, as part of the contract for TNT Sports with the European football, they have to make the final of the free competitions available for free. So I may watch it, I may not, I don't care. But I probably will play NBA 2K. I did, because I went to bed early last night, didn't watch wrestling. So I woke up slightly earlier this morning and got all my slides done for wrestling, which was handy. And the best thing is, the QR code, a lot less time than I thought it would.
Nope. Yeah, I didn't zone out, but I had to chat with my kid. So, see, Tom hasn't what?
I haven't added him on the PS network, but I didn't even know he was on the PS network because I remember the time that I mentioned the PS5, and he got upset about it as if he was on it. Xbox. The cheeky fucker.
Well, it's all right, Colonel. Tom hasn't added me on the PSN network either.
Oh, there
So
you go.
Again, didn't know you was on the PS network. Plus, I don't play online gaming. That's kind of pointless.
Yeah.
And even if I did have online gaming, I wouldn't play against Colonel Ward on it.
Ooh.
Because, well, you all know what Colonel's like.
What's he like?
To be fair, I don't play a lot of online gaming either, so don't feel bad, Tom.
Oh, I don't feel bad remotely.
That's good.
That would take having a soul. I don't even know what that meant.
It's all good. You knew what it meant.
Kind of.
Gary knew what you meant, and I knew what you meant.
Have you not got your 18 children today, Tom? No, I've not. Oh, you could. I couldn't get lower Call of Duty stats. This was genuinely true. About 10 years ago, I borrowed Call of Duty off my brother. I loaded it onto what I believe was my PS3 at the time. Might have been PS4. I went through the time it takes to actually download it onto the machine.
Yeah.
I played it for about 12 minutes. I got killed about 17 times. I even got killed after I respawned. Just as soon as I respawned, re-killed. And then I, basically within a half-hour time period, I then uninstalled it and gave it back to him and said I never want to see that game again. I weren't very good at it.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't great. Didn't do well. Was poor. He doesn't want his Call of Duty stats to go down by adding him to his team. So I believe Gary's gone to walk the dog again. And I thought Spencer had gone to have a chat with Holly because of this revelation about his Call of Duty stats.
Well, she wanted to talk more teaching stuff, so I was entertaining her.
Oh my. I've tried the baseball game, and I've got to tell you, it took me 100 attempts to hit a ball.
You can put it on
I have
beginner,
played
Colonel. You
MLB.
don't have to put it on the hardest level.
Yeah. Like when you have Tony Turner trying to tell you that you need to play on the hardest level, and I'm like, you don't even have games, Tony. So what are you talking about? Anyway,
So Tony doesn't even have a gaming system?
he probably does. I don't know, but he never played it. Because my theory is, if he did, then I wouldn't be getting 8 messages in 12 minutes of wrestling news.
I would just figure
Anyway.
Tony would be a big gamer. That's what I would have figured. But he
No, 'cause I
doesn't look
told
like
him-
he'd play on hard.
No, I told him he should play Football Manager, but he has and he doesn't entertain it at all, which I find surprising because you'd think he'd love Football Manager, considering he talks like he is the ultimate knowledge of football and stats.
I mean, it would be the ultimate exercise for him.
But this happened to Spencer. Ask him.
Oh, yeah. So one of Holly's friends' husbands had like a Call of Duty nerd group, I call them. Whatever. Yeah, I call them nerds. And they were really good. So like I was like, this is back PS3 era. It's like hopped on, and basically like first game, like they were getting 20 kills each, and I was getting 4 kills and died 24 times. Yeah, it was pretty like whatever. It was an average of like I was averaging 40, 60, 50, 50, 60, 40. Like I'm in that range of, depends on the game. Sometimes it's bad, depends on the map, whatever. But, just like the Madden games, Call of Duty, the same thing. Everybody memorizes where the respawn spots are, so they just hang out there and camp. So it's not even fun. After 4 games, I got booted. They just booted me out.
What
I'm like,
your team were like, what?
I mean, whatever. I mean, I will say, like, I have a couple people that are like, hey, we should play EA Sports FC, whatever the group game is. I'm okay at EA Sports FC. I'm not great. It's probably the game I play on the hardest level. But I have a feeling I would get booted there too. So I don't want to play with any of y'all. I'm just going to play with myself on the video game system. You see what I did there?
Fourth best team in the world on Rainbow Six. That's pretty impressive. But what happened?
Nobody plays the game anymore.
Did he leave the house? Did he smell grass outside and was basically like, oh, fresh air? Not that I'm mocking him for playing it, just more. People grow up, don't they? Some.
He found what girls are, Tom. He
Yeah.
found what girls are.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't want to play these games no more. You've seen the meme where it's like, little Billy realized he didn't want to play with dolls no more.
Tony is a big something. And I love the way that Spencer says they are Holly's friends, like he wants nothing to do with them.
So, no, so this is how this went down last night. We're all around this campfire. And then I'm talking to him about whatever. And then they start talking teaching stuff. And then he's like, he substitute teaches there. So at the end of the day, like, he's like, he's in there and he's like,
Yep.
they're talking teacher drama, and I'm just like, I'm not going to talk about my career around people. I told people what I did for 5 seconds and then I moved on. So I mean, I get
I
it.
mean,
I just
ultimately, you're
expected.
sat there hoping they like football, right?
Well, I knew that, dude. I'm going to describe these people. Let me do this, please. They're from Georgia, good people. But he was like, we didn't even have soccer where I was growing up. I had an Arsenal shirt on, and I was like, well, this is gonna be a fun night. So
Wait,
I started.
You had an Arsenal shirt on.
I had a Arsenal shirt on.
Right. Okay.
Naturally.
Okay.
Come on,
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he's like, we didn't have soccer where I was at, and I was like, well, he called it soccer. I thought, which is fine, whatever. You know, in America, this is what we do. And I'm like, I started talking, college football. That didn't go very far. I mean, they were all right people. I liked them. I'm not saying I wouldn't hang out again if Holly was like, hey, let's do this. But, there comes a moment when you're hanging out with someone where, like, when is it acceptable to look at the phone? I waited 4 hours. I feel like that was more than, I mean, we talked, don't get me wrong. But there was just, it's also weird. And I say this, Tom, like, if you, like, I don't think, you probably don't drink either. When everybody's drinking and you don't, it's just a little weird in general anyway. So it was just kind of one of those things where it's like, all right, well. But I did it for the wife, and she had fun with her friend, so that's all that matters.
I got the sense in your monologue on the situation when you went, they're good people, but I was like, okay, that's the cutoff point. Everything he now says is actually the truth after they're good people. Like everything before the bat is a lie.
Yeah.
Generally speaking, in these situations, because you always preface it with the "I'm going to be nice about them" and then say what I really think. We all do it.
I mean,
we all do it. So,
I mean, the big thing we had in common is we, cook grill. So he was using his grill and good. There's
only so much you say about
it. If I had taken a picture of the Corvette, he had a side graphic on the Corvette that I was like, that's interesting.
Interesting.
But
okay.
But it was like Spartans on the side of it. Now, granted, I told you this guy was a Marine, so whatever. I mean, I drive a beater car, like that's what I do. So, well, it is what it is. Like, it was for her to hang out with her friend, and I'm sure we'll hang out again. But I don't think he's going to be shooting me text memes anytime soon. That's all I'm saying. So,
Bronco was like, look, you guys may be nerds, but you ain't got a patch on me. I've got Bronco coin coming. Or Broncoin coming.
All right.
I mean, he did steak, like he cooked the steak on the pit boss, which was good, and then he did this kebabs, which was good.
Gary, I'll talk about the kit man transfer. Sorry, the physio transfer.
No, Kit Man. I heard the Kit Man's getting moved on too. He's going to Charlton Athletic.
He's just making stuff up now. He's just getting nonsensical.
What the Kit Man from
this is a road trip.
This is no, but like I was speaking truth. Now you're making stuff up. We don't talk in fantasy land here.
The same Kit Man who they put Anne Hathaway's head on for the purpose of a meme. What? I fucking love Arsenal. Mm-hmm. This is my life.
That was the photographer.
Oh, that's true, isn't it? Because when they then took photos of him. Yeah. Oh, that spawned a series of memes in its own right.
Oh, it's the best meme out there. Whatever you want to show your passion, you post that meme. But yeah, other than that, it's a great night.
Other than all the bits
exactly. Like he basically said, it's all right.
I mean, I wasn't expecting a breakdown of the 3-4-3 formation. You know what I mean? I was realistic in my expectations. So we did play a fun game called Foursquare last night because he had a young kid that played Foursquare. I don't know if you're familiar with that game where it's like 4 squares, obviously. You have to let it bounce in the whatever. And his kid was playing it. That was pretty fun. So it wasn't the worst night. I just Holly always complains about guests overstaying their welcome past a certain time frame. Well, she did that last night, and you did realize it. So
Gary,
Why
are
are
you
you?
getting into the scouting game?
Why are you? Why are you actually embellishing this Colonel Ward
Not embellishing it.
comments?
I'm entertaining it. I'm entertaining it as a conversation piece because it's amusing.
well, I keep thinking because American owners now Red Bull, Brendan Harrison's going to be coming back to Leeds
That's
because
my
you're not going to be
fear.
able to sell him for what you think you're going to want, and they're going to convince him of this dream that he's going to get him back up to the Premier League, and then they're going to
Spencer,
sell him.
I've seen him play. I will if we got 3 million for him, I'd be amazed. Considering Red Bull robbed us for 20 million.
That's maybe a whole plan to write off those losses.
I hope so. That was my actual my genuine first thought was I hope they'll write off the transfer fees for Adams, Verba, and Aronson.
Is McKinney still on loan, or is he still owned by you guys?
Kenny fucked
I
off
don't
a year
know. I
ago.
generally don't
No,
know.
it was a 6-month loan 18 months ago. He won his place back in Juventus team. Good for him.
Oh, that's right. Okay, that's right. He was on loan with you guys. My bad. Sorry.
Because he was told you'll be coached by Jesse Marsh and you'll get to play football with your mate Tyler Adams. And then his mate Tyler Adams got a season-ending injury and Jesse Marsh got sacked and he was stuck here for 6 months. I mean, that still doesn't explain why he turned up fat and overweight for an elite footballer. That doesn't explain that. Doesn't explain why he stayed fat and overweight for an elite footballer. But we learned he can do a long throw. So I don't know why
Positive.
it took him 4 months to learn that. He scored
I
one
see
goal off
nothing
that
but
long throw.
positives in here, Tom. To be fair, I see positives. So I think the future's bright for Leeds. You know,
Yeah. It leads us
and
starting to get some wings, aren't they?
they're definitely getting some wings. I'm just waiting for the commercial to come out. Get your Leeds United kit. It gives you wings. Gary, you look very disappointed. Have we?
Gary's like, I had a whole show planned. And they ruined it. They ruined it with I had this thing planned where we were talking about transfer to Kit Man. Not the Kit. Sorry, why I keep saying Kit Man? I meant the physio.
Yeah,
I don't even know the names of the physios.
Yeah. See, it was all messed up because you just went and decided to start talking to your wife, and then that then all of this stuff happened. See, if you would have just kept your mouth shut like you're supposed to, sit on the couch, don't say a word,
I'm the Tony
everything
Turner
would have been
today.
fine. But no, you got to go and talk to your wife. What the world is going on in this crazy world of ours?
But Gary,
Oh, God.
Gary,
you guys are funny.
Saliba. I'm the Tony Turner of the road trip today. He said he was going to show up today.
Oh, well, not now. If you saw the video,
No.
He ain't awake. Not
that
even
might be
awake,
true
I
as well.
suspect. Because he's probably been up all night smoking puff.
If it helps him, if it helps him and it helps him, then yeah, maybe it's all right. Yeah. Oh man. Anything else going on in the world today? Is that a song?
No one wants to talk soccer Saturday, Gary. Have a Snickers. Calm yourself down. Is that an advert there? Like, have a Snickers. Like, that's a thing here. Like,
Yeah, Snickers is when when
Yeah.
you're acting like irritable, someone
Yeah.
gives you a Snickers to snap you out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's so you would know, like, that's Snickers moment, right?
well, Colonel Ward, since you need to have a Snickers.
Yeah.
All right.
Colonel
Well,
Ward
Gary,
probably could do with a Snickers before every show. What's that?
that Sesko guy, since you Arsenal talk.
Yep.
He's
Yep.
What are
really
your
good.
thoughts?
He's
I don't
really
have
good.
I don't have any
If you
thoughts.
get him, you'll be getting I believe what the kids on the street will say. You're getting a baller.
Yeah. You know what? He is for me. He doesn't take a spot from Havertz out the gate, kind of thing.
But he
But
takes Eddie's.
he could definitely work his way to pushing Havertz
He
to
will
the
take
bench.
it though. He will take that spot though. No, I mean,
So, and I think that's what we want, anyways. We want to bring in at least somebody who looks like they can get a starting spot, and in this scenario, isn't slated to get one out, to start, but can work their way there. So,
I
yeah.
got a fault on this, Gary.
Hmm.
I believe the asking price has been set at 60 million.
Yep.
From Red Bull.
Yep.
So you know what they're going to spend 60 million on if they get it. So
yeah, I saw
save
like
a lot of time. You just send the check to Leeds United. They'll send you the player. It'll be fine.
Yeah, I think Arsenal, as you know, doesn't want to put 60 in a bank account right now. So that's the thing that's going on. I think Arsenal wants to do their due diligence and see if they can say, here's 20 now, kind of thing. So, yeah. I don't know. I just feel like if this is the player you want, go get him. But if it isn't, then stop wasting your time. You know what I mean?
Excuse me.
It definitely, for me, at the worst, it's better than Jesus and Nketiah. All right. So if I told you, you know what, if this doesn't work, you're still gonna get a player coming off the bench that's better than what you have, right? Then you do it, right? But the potential is that you're gonna get, for the 50 60 mil, you're gonna get a young player who may pan out, and then you have a starter for 5 to 6 years. So, at least 5 to 6 years. So yeah. Have a break. Have a Kit Kat. There you go.
Well, my concern is that he hasn't played the Premier League. That's my biggest concern. And I think why we hit on our transfers last year is we got Premier League players.
I mean, Timber didn't play, but he had the worst of experiences, so we don't know.
Yeah.
Be very careful about buying footballers out of the Red Bull football system. That's all I will say.
Why is that?
Well, because my team were in the Premier League before we started buying players from Red Bull, and now we're not in the Premier League.
I guess we could get relegated with buying a Red Bull player, I guess.
Yeah, we're gonna just drop from second to 18th.
You absolutely could. You absolutely could. It's a genuine risk.
Yeah, I think there's levels to this, Mr. Tom, and I don't think a Sesko mistake is going to end up costing us. So, like that, anyways.
Hey, we went from 9th to 17th.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, you want us to go from second to 18th. So that's what you're asking. That's what you're expecting to happen.
You should just be careful with it. That's all.
Yeah, and as Ryan says, Holland was part of the Red Bull setup. So
imagine
there you go.
how good Ireland would be if he wasn't coached by Jesse Marsh for a year.
World class striker with the League Two. Well, I agree with this. I think he's world class inside the box and League Two outside the box.
Yeah. I saw that Sesko didn't play much in the first half of the season, so my understanding is a lot of his good football was later in the season, I believe. So
listen, despite what you think about my football knowledge, the fact of the matter is, if a player's good on Football Manager, I'm probably going to promote him to high heaven, because Football Manager is the elite scouting thing for me.
Yeah, sounds like
It's really how Todd Bowley picks his players as well.
Yeah.
Well, no, he just tracks, but he actually follows Arsenal because that's how
he follows Fabrizio Romano.
Yeah.
Who's
we once never bought
so here it is
because of Football Manager.
Yeah, here it is for Sesko, right? So he wasn't in the squad for the first game of the season, but he did play from the second to he was part of the team and did put in minutes for most games between the second to the 18th game of the season. All right, 1 goal. So he participated in 17 games, or sorry, he participated in 15 games, started some, came off the bench for many, 1 goal. Then his starts went up in that 19th game. He started his first game in the 19th game, and he's had pretty much a goal every other game, if not an assist. So pretty much he had a goal and assist. He only, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 3 games out of the next 16 did he not create a goal contribution. So you're hitting it hot, but he did have a bad, just like, Arsenal has had bad halves of seasons. He had a bad first half and a really good second half. Contributed in, was it 13 out of 16 games? So there you go. So what are you getting? What are you getting? The last half of the season or the first half, right? And let's see. Yeah, in one game he came off the bench. So, huh?
Just noticed the New York Rangers can make the Stanley Cup final tonight.
Oh, did they? They won? I didn't know
they can if they do win.
Okay. I thought they were
Panthers are
down
up 3-1.
Yeah, I thought they were down 13-3-2 actually, Mr. Tom.
Oh no, I'm misreading that. I've read 2-3 as 3-2. Yeah, they need to win 2 in a row, don't they?
Yep. So welcome to the show. We've got Chris Nix has joined us and bring his little say on the Aronson.
We've actually signed 4 players from Red Bull in the last 4 years. But the first one we signed is the one that got us in court with them. They sued us over John Kevin Augustine. He's the worst transfer ever in English football, in my opinion. We had him on a obligation to buy if we got promoted. He turned up fat and out of shape. He played 48 minutes for Leeds, got injured, and then because we got promoted, we were then obligated to pay the 18 million for him. Told them we have no intention of paying it, and Red Bull took us to FIFA because of COVID. The season finished after all the loans finished. So we tried to argue, stupidly in my opinion, that because we were not promoted on the 30th of June or whatever it was, that we shouldn't have to pay it. And FIFA were like, yeah, you fucking do. And you have to pay his wages for the 5-year contracts you were going to give him as well.
Yeah.
At like 90 grand a week or something like that, it would have been. Great business. Those clowns are no longer with our club.
Yeah, sounds like bad business. Eucharist.
48 minutes. 48 minutes in the championship. 48.
Yeah, he made a lot of money for his team and himself, so there you go. So Eucharist, for those who want to know, 49 goal contributions. I think it's 100 mil, but is it actually 100 mil?
You really going to spend 100 million on a player that scored loads of goals in Portugal?
They want to, you're going to pay 100 mil for Osimhen, who had one of he dipped 9 goals in the second in this season from the previous season, right? So it's trending up downwards, but but it's easier to get Gyökeres than it would be Osimhen, but Osimhen would be the better choice of the two, and Sesko is definitely the most achievable one because they can just do that right now. So I don't know. I think Sesko is the less risky one because if it doesn't pan out, it's just 50 mil. It's not 100. Right? So.
Greenwood. You there, Greenwood?
Yeah. I don't know. What is this one all about? What's the story behind this one?
Oh, no, Sunderland were paying Jack Rodwell 80 grand a week in the Premier League. Then they got relegated. and they still had to pay him 80 grand a week. For context, this would have been in 2018, so 6 years ago. Basically, they wanted him to cancel his contract because they didn't want to play him, but they didn't want to pay him either. Then they got relegated to League Two. Of course, League One. They still had to pay him 80 grand a week. He refused to tear up the contract because why should he? He was in a 4 or 5 year contract deal, whatever it was. And yeah, basically, the fans wanted him to leave. He wanted to get the money he was legally entitled to. I don't actually know how that ended up, to be fair. I'll have a look.
Can't blame him for holding down on that, though. You signed a contract. You want players to oblige their end of the contract. Well, clubs should do the same, regardless of who they're playing.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll look up what actually came of it, but I know they were at loggerheads over that deal, obviously.
Scores updates here from Broncoin, VA. It's Bath up.
Sorry,
18.
I was mistaken. He signed the contract in 2014. A 5-year contract. Yeah. So the Netflix documentary showed him at the back end of that dispute.
Bargav joins us. Welcome to the show, Bargav. It is Champions League final day. Yeah. And Bargav saying, Mr. Tom, sorry about Leeds. Yeah.
It's all right. I'm sorry too.
Yeah. And Bargav hopes Brownie stops by and tells us the mood in Spain. So there you go. Yeah, I don't know if he knows much about the mood in Spain. He can't. Or does he? I don't think he knows that.
Sunderland terminated the contract in 2018, 4 years into it. But yeah, 80 grand a week.
So when they terminated it, how did that work for him though? Like, how can they terminate a contract?
I mean, Arsenal done it.
Did they buy him out or something? Basically, is what you're trying to say.
They do.
Yeah, they come to it.
Right.
It's like
No. Like, I just wanted to make sure that's kind of what should have happened. I think. Yeah, I'm with you, Russ.
Really
A player trending upwards is what I want, and players trending upwards are Isaac, Gyökeres, Sesko. Players not trending upwards, Tony, Usman, right? I think even Zerke is trending upwards. So you want to kind of pile on to all the goodness that they bring to your squad, like Rice, right? Rice couldn't have done any more than he did before he came, and all we've done is added to that. So Rodman trained with the youth team. That sucks.
Yeah, he was not in first team plans at all. On 80 grand a week.
That's crazy.
That's poor management.
So was he not that good?
He used to play for Manchester City. Man City basically bought him at like, when he was of high potential, and then they squandered it, essentially. And then Sunderland were like, "Yeah, we'll pay top whack for him."
Yeah. So was he not that? So once again, was he not that good? Like they were rather playing with the youth squad than actually playing with the first team?
He currently plays for Sydney FC in Australia.
Okay, so you're not answering that question, so I assume he wasn't that good. That's why
No,
it
he was fine.
better.
Like he was a good footballer.
No, I'm saying, was he good enough for them to actually use him as opposed to play him with the youth? Having trained with the youth team.
I'll tell you what. I'll look through his career stats, and I can pinpoint the moment where Sunderland regretted it. So he played 23 games in the Premier League for Sunderland. No, sorry, I'll put it another way. He played 11 games for Man City in the Premier League in 12-13, and then 5 in 13-14.
Yeah.
So he wasn't playing for Man City, basically.
Yep.
And then Sunderland took him 23 games first season, 22 the next season, 20 games into year 3 and 2 in the Championship, at which point they realised, why are we paying this guy 80 grand a week in the Championship?
Yeah.
Oh, and then his stats he played 3 games for Sunderland under 23.
Mhm.
Which is oddly put here.
I hear that.
Basically, he could have got, in my opinion, as Sam is saying correctly here, he could have left Sunderland to go back to the Premier League, but realised, I'm actually not likely to get the 80 grand a week that Sunderland are giving me. I think that's the crux of it, is that he was quite happy to sit on the guaranteed 80 grand a week rather than risk maybe only getting 50 grand a week from a lower end Premier League team.
I guess the problem, I guess the plus and minus to that is, if you get the 50, will you get another contract?
Yeah.
As opposed to, you take the risk with the next contract. Will you get that next contract or not? So
he
It's
was
a $20 million
enough.
deal.
He could have earned him. He could have earned his way back into like that top 6. He was good enough to play at one point.
yeah,
To play like for a. Yeah, it is exactly right, Bargav. It's like Dele Alli, Ross Bartley kind of thing.
yeah,
We love pushing people up, so then you can tear them down.
sure.
Sort of mentality in English football culture, I suppose.
Yeah.
But
yeah. So Bargav was asking next time going to Gainesville, and for those who know why he asked that question, that's where the Florida Gators play. I don't know. It's
Winston
been
Bogard, what Russ said, is really interesting as well. Just before Bargav's comment.
Yeah, I put it up, but I don't know what that meant.
Yeah. No, it's in the year 2000, in the summer, Chelsea signed Dutch international defender Winston Bogard. I believe he was a Champions League winner as well with Ajax, could be wrong. Signed him to 40 grand a week, which in the year 2000, 40 grand a week would have made him one of the highest paid players in the Premier League. He played, I believe it was 8 games, could be wrong, played 8 games for them. Then Gianluca Vialli got sacked. No, they sacked the manager, brought in Claudio Ranieri. So, yeah, it might have been Vialli sacked and Ranieri in. Ranieri took one look at him on the pitch, was like, nah, not really a fan of this. After like 8 games, might be slightly wrong, but basically played for Chelsea for about 2 months at this point.
Yeah.
Chelsea, he then immediately was not in Ranieri's plans, but he didn't. Basically, Winston Bogard was like, I'm a 30-year-old defender. Nowhere else on this planet is going to give me 40 grand a week. So for the next 4 years, he had no first team football. To maintain his 40 grand a week contract for 4 years, he turned up to everything. Could be right, Chris. He turned up for every function at the club. That meant that he wouldn't be in breach of his contract. He would fly in over the weekend for training. He did whatever it took so he could not be sacked. But he knew he wouldn't get picked. And that was basically what he did for 4 years. And then cheers for the 40 grand a week. See you later.
Yeah.
I will have a look, Ryan.
Yeah.
I don't know how it works.
Yeah. So
But no, that's genuine, true story, Gary.
Oh, that's disappointing, but that's business, I guess, right? That's how the business goes sometimes when you have bad luck. Going to Gainesville. I don't think I have any. I don't have any plans to go to Gainesville. The last time I saw a Gator game, I went and saw them play Vanderbilt in Tennessee.
Am I allowed to play that, Ryan, or will I get done for copyright? I don't want to get Gary in trouble. It's a clip from Thierry Henry talking about Arsenal and what they need to do to win the Premier League. But I don't know who owns it.
Yeah. I don't
Can you
know how
send
those
it to Gary, please, Ryan?
I don't know how
Chris.
those rules work, but yeah. Luckily I shared a show where they got the little notice from YouTube, but because it wasn't my show, they said I don't have to do anything. So it's from the Bandy show. I kind of shared that,
Yeah.
and so when they got punished for it, then I got a notice saying that they got punished for it. But it's not my show, so yeah. Yeah, and like I said, going to Gainesville, I don't have any plans to go. Last time I went to see them play Vanderbilt, which should be a win, and we lost right at the end. It was it was a fun trip, but the game sucked, you know. So we drank a lot, we ate a lot, and all that kind of stuff because we were in Nashville. But nah, the game sucked. Um, so yeah, I don't have any plans to go to Gainesville. Um,
Is that in
but
Georgia?
Gainesville is Florida Gators is the name of the team. So Gainesville is in Florida. There is a Gainesville in Georgia, though, to tell you the truth. So if you knew the geography, you would know that as well. But no, it's Florida. It's
I only
Florida.
know that because
Yeah.
one of the wrestlers is from Georgia. I think it's Gainesville.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to show these guys. Yeah, Gainesville. I enjoyed it. As I said, I spent 6 years there as my college days. He said it should be fine. He's never had an issue before. Does that mean you've played the said video, or or I'm your guinea pig? So Ryan is doing a watch along tonight, 2:30. So I guess that's 7:30 for you guys. He will be starting the show up, chatting about the game, and then doing a watch along. You should join him. It's always fun. Yeah, we're playing University of Miami in the first game. That is big deal because Florida teams when they play each other, you can win the king of Florida essentially, because everybody plays. So there you go. We'll see what happens there. So
Just like to congratulate Leicester on losing their bald
Yeah.
fraud of a manager.
oh, did Leicester?
Immediately.
So where did he go?
Chelsea.
Yep, Chelsea.
Oh, I'm getting him confused with the Ipswich manager. Okay.
The Ipswich manager's agent has played a blinder because even floating the possibility that he could have gone to Man United and Chelsea and someone else has basically led Ipswich to put even more money under his nose. And he went, all right, cool. I weren't going anywhere in the first place, but thank you
Yeah.
very much for paying me even more to do my job that I was already doing.
True.
Genius.
So I can show this video on YouTube?
I have absolutely no idea.
Okay. So I guess
It
we'll
was
find out.
What video is it?
It's a video of Henri. It's about a minute video of Henri talking about Arsenal, what they need to do to win the Premier League on Freddie Lumberg's channel. So
I don't know. You've never gotten a copyright strike before or anything like that?
I don't know, but do I not want one? Right? How does that work? They don't
I
go
wouldn't
away?
advise it.
3 of them.
I got one on the wrestling channel playing wrestling clips. I did in silence as well, but my show, that episode of the show, I did it on banned from Russia and India and Bhutan.
So that only counts, but that's not a whole over copyright. That's a copyright claim, right?
Yeah.
Because I've gotten copyright claims on my video games if I stream it because it'll play like F1 music or they won't make.
Yeah.
All right. He says nothing will happen, so I guess we shall see. So how do I do this? Do I put it
You got
do I
Google
put it
Chrome.
full screen on my
I would do present and then do
Small.
a share screen.
Yes. Yeah.
and then
I'll
what?
do it
Show the
small.
entire video on I'll make it the whole screen on my computer kind of thing.
What should happen is it'll come up, if you do share screen, it will come up with, you won't see us, your screen will just come up. This is, for example, I'm speaking from the experience of doing the tokens for Tony. We will be able to see you because it'll shift us all to the side.
Okay. All right. So here we go. I'm all prepared here. Uh, Ryan says that nothing bad will happen. So I will share my screen. I will pick the entire screen because I got 2 screens. And share it here. Everybody ready? I think you should be able to hear it. Let me know if you can hear it. Give me the thumbs up, I guess. Here we go.
Nope. Did you select the part where you have to select? There's an option on share screen. There's an option where it will ask you if you want to share the audio.
Oh, let's try this
hidden,
again.
Right in the bottom corner.
Let's try this again. Yeah. All right, share screen. Oh, here we go. No, it says also share tab audio. That is selected. Let me see when I do. Oh, I have to do it here. All right, got it. Everybody ready? Here we go. And we will, let me, boom. We good? There we go.
People again will tell me if it wasn't for City, we would have won the league. But you have to compete against City. We had to compete against Sir Alex. You know, it is what it is. You need to find a way to compete with what you have in front of you, one of the best team. If not, people will say the best team in the history. For me, there's not a lot missing. I've just said it's the knowing that you can win.
I actually spoke to Tony Adams on the final day. His point was like, you need to kick in that door. Because I was talking about that young team, I think in the future, like City maybe with De Bruyne, like get a bit older, they will get trophies. And he said, he said like, they at some point need to kick that door in because you need to learn to get that feeling of winning. And when you feel you learn how to win, you'll win and win and win. A little bit when we came into Arsenal, like, Tony and them, how they were like, they were on you like a rash.
They were not kicking the door, they were kicking us.
The door was already off the hinges, so sorry.
Okay.
Boo that man. Boo.
Cool.
Boo.
You know, the one
that
thing
man.
that Freddie Lumberg said that I say all the time is, at some point, Arteta's just going to have to win that game. He's going to have to win that trophy. None of this like learning. I don't like learning and then trying to do better the next time. At some point, he's going to have to, they say, break the door down and just win it that first time, not have to go through a struggle and then fall down and get back up again. At some point, you're just going to have to break the door down the first time. You know what I mean? So I think, this whole learning thing is fun and all, but at some point you just have to, go 1,000% with everything you got, because like not one of us thought that Philly game did not have a lot to play as how the season would go. Did the game look like it was played that way? I don't think so.
Sucks so much, that man.
Right? So for me, that Villa game didn't look like a team like, we're going to find a way to get a goal in this first half. Right? Somehow, this is not going to happen. We're not going to get shut out in a half like this, right? And that's what the big teams do. So I kind of felt like that's what's going on there. So I don't know, Spencer, how you feel about that, but I think we have to at some point overcome what's happening.
So I said this on Gooner Gathering. I think I said this here. I maybe probably said on Ryan's. City always, when they were winning the League Cup, right? It's always one of the earliest trophies in the year. What does it do? It gets you the hungry to win more trophies. That's why Pep always seems to find a way to win that one, because it creates that winning culture and that winning mentality for that team. So, with that being said, we're talking about the Villa game. I still think when we talk about depth, I think our depth issues are more towards the attacking options on the bench than they are actually just depth overall. Because reality is, when you've thrown out your best team, when that was at the time at the end of the year, it was Trossard, Havertz, Saka. That is the top three, right? Those are the best three. When those guys weren't getting it done, did you really have faith that Jesus was going to get it done? Martinelli, for some reason, after his injury, just fell off. His confidence went down. It was a weird injury. I think it was a slash on his feet. But at the end of the day, they have to break the door down. So that's what. So this is the other thing I would say, because some people are saying move on for Zinchenko. I don't think it's time to move on for Zinchenko. but I don't think he's going to be your starter. You want to keep those winning mentality people around. You just want to add more winning mentality people and ship out the other. You remember we talked about 10 guys leaving this team? We need to move the 10 guys that were here before Jesus and Zinchenko came on, and then bring in some more winners, and then move on for Jesus and Zinchenko.
I kind of feel like we're set with what we got. I don't think if we lost Jesus and Zinchenko, for example, that all of a sudden we're going to struggle. I don't think so. I think they've instilled enough in the team. If the team was lacking that to begin with, I think for me, it was more the case of, because for example, for me, the winning part that they need to bring to the squad is why they would be in a game when we need it. And Arteta has already shown us that. Guess what? I will go as far as I can before I bring Jesus on. Zinchenko, I don't need to play him. And you know what? So for me, there's winning in a mentality in terms of what you do off the pitch and stuff like that. But there's also the winning on the pitch. Like, guess what? I need Jota time, right? So I'm going to bring on Jesus to do Jota stuff, to do Trossard stuff, come in and contribute. And we've not seen enough of that. We've seen it once, I think, maybe, where he came in and helped us score late in the game, but otherwise not. Zinchenko, no, he doesn't get that either. So I get you with the winning part, but we're talking about winning in winning time, and that's on the pitch, and we don't get that from them either.
So let me make the point a little better. So obviously right now we're going to be moving on from Eddie. You're not going to move on from Eddie and Jesus at the same time. You're going to move on from Eddie, bring another person in. Jesus is going to stick around, start some games, sub, and then he's going to get moved on. That's my point.
You don't have, well, they're not, but if you, for example, bring in Sesko, where does Jesus play into this? Because he's like third. He's third now, right?
He's going to play on the wing.
He's playing on the wing, maybe. But then if you bring in another wing, what are you going to do?
Well, like you have two wings to play with.
Yeah. No, but Trossard and Martinelli are on one side, right?
I'm moving Trossard more centrally, in my opinion. Like, he's going to play more of a 9. There's your roles. Havertz, Sesko, or whoever, to be determined, Trossard. Then you're looking at Martinelli, Jesus, a transfer, Saka, Jesus, and another transfer. That's how I'm looking at it.
That's why I don't. So then for me, that's why I don't believe in the whole Trossard experiment. He doesn't help us. Like you cannot tell me. I don't feel like I've watched a game where we've played him consistently as a left back where I go, all right, our attack looks better.
You're talking about Zinchenko.
Zinchenko.
Oh, you're fine, yeah.
Like I'm comparing it to the whole Jesus thing. Where they make a difference. All right.
So Zinchenko, that's where that's going to happen is Timber's going to come back to the team, and Timber's going to either take the starting left back role probably, and then you can move Kivior to his natural position as a center back. Zinchenko can be a role player where you bring him in at times.
Yeah, but he doesn't help either way.
Well, hold on now. Do you think Zinchenko hurts you when you play?
Here we go. Yeah. You know why? Because go look at the second half of the Villa game.
We're talking about top 6 games. I'm talking about
the Villa game. You talked about a winning mentality in the Villa game in the second half. We needed to do what? We need to get back into that game. Who made the pass that turned that game and basically we lost it? All right, who made the pass? Come on, tell me. Who made the pass?
But I'm talking about Zinchenko helping you against the bottom teams in the league. Rotation.
Yes, but you're talking about winning. I'm talking about winning. We were just talking about winning time. Winning time. That game was the one game that you can look at the second half of the season. I think we lost in the first half, but in the second half of the season, when it's winning time, and that's when you bring in the Man City and the players.
This is not a paid advertisement for winning time.
So
that's why you bring them in, and they basically shut the door, right?
If you want to be realistic about Zinchenko needs to move up into the midfield. Yeah. Stop lining him around as having him as this. He needs to be a utility player. That's my whole mentality about Zinchenko. He's not a guy that's going to make your starting 11. Timber's going to make your starting 11. Kivior would make it before him. Tomiyasu would make it before him. But if you need something. Like if you're struggling against Palace and it's at home, you'd throw him on there to get that extra goal. Like he's a utility player at this point. He's not someone we're going to go and he's not even, to me, he's not even third or fourth option off the bench. That's what I'm getting at with him, Gary. Like, I think you're going to have to keep some of these players around that people don't like just to keep growing even further. And
Yeah,
you have
but
to move on from the Smith Rows. You have to move on from that's my point here.
yeah, no, but we know that Arteta will not play them. So he won't play them. He'd rather just push the other players to the limits, right?
I mean, but look at well, that's the thing. We talk about rotation, right? So Zinchenko, I mean, Arteta stopped selecting him there for a minute. Jesus stopped getting selections, right?
Yep.
So, I mean, I think there's a point where he's becoming more ruthless through his evolution as a manager.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Yeah. No, that's definitely true. Where'd everybody go? What happened? Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. We dropped points against Fulham and West Ham games. We would be rotating. Yeah. Well, not in the third game of the season. You're not rotating in that one. We had to do it because of injuries and stuff.
But that was also Ramsdale
think-
was the goal at that point too.
Yeah.
And Partey was playing the right back position. There was so much just I still think this comes down to not knowing who the striker is going to be at the end of the day too. And if people
you said
and if
Partey playing right back had nothing to do with the striker.
No, I'm saying there's all this movement, uncertainty of the team. I mean, they played right. I think it was the Fulham game that he played right back in that game. Partey.
No. I'm saying, but that had nothing to do with the striker. The way that they scored had nothing to do with the striker, our striker, their striker, whatever. When you're kicking a corner, you don't expect to get scored on in the last 5 minutes of a match. That's just not like if you were to script it, you're like, no, we got this covered, right? But that's what happened, right?
So
Right,
I was
we
walking my
conceded to a
dogs.
10-man Fulham. Right, we did that. This team did that. And I remember Havertz got the blame, but he wasn't even on the field for that. But my point is, we didn't know our striker was. We did all this rotation of players playing in different positions. The Timber injury hurt more than anything because there became, I think was it Tommy Asso at that point with an injury?
Yeah, because he was out a red card.
Oh, because the Palace game, right? Because of the throw-ins. That was a great. Thank you, Michael Oliver. But that's where we lost this. We lost in the beginning of the year.
No, that's what I said that already.
No, I know you said that. I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah. No. The Villa game was the last like test. Here you go. Here's your last lifeline to win the league. Because once you win that game, you now control your destiny. So we didn't do a good job in that game, and we didn't do a good job that week. So
and that's a game where he got that wrong too, because he should have brought Partey on. If you're going to take Odegaard off at that point, you bring Partey on. But then all of a sudden, Partey after the Bayern Munich game plays every game the rest of the year.
Yeah, and that's the problem because that's where like he needed to kind of get him in certain games and stuff, and he didn't do that. So, yeah. No, I mean, like I said, that season, people are gonna claim the Villa game, but it's there are 2 points lost in the first half. And think about it, we only lost 5 games.
Well, it's that stretch right there. It's that stretch around Christmas, Gary, the Boxing Day and the West Ham game. Those are the two, because everybody goes back to the Villa game, and I think the reason the Villa game gets highlighted is because
Mr.
it
Tom,
sandwiches.
you dare put a poor message in one of these things, you won't want me on your show, your wrestling show. I'm going to jump in and say some nasty stuff. You won't like it. That was really rude of you. I should delete that
I'd probably
comment.
find it funny.
I'm deleting the comment because that is just no. I should ban that user. That's how bad it is. I should ban that user. Ay.
You should ban yourself then, because I never wrote it.
It's just yeah. No. Like I said, these are the games, but yeah, I'm not putting your comment up.
So my thing was like the Villa game gets highlighted even further because of the Bayern Munich game sandwiched around and how poorly they went.
Yeah,
it was a rough week of poor results.
Yep, and you know what? Remember I talk about all the time. We had the 3-game stretches and stuff like towards the end of seasons and stuff. Like we had 3-3-3, and then and this time we had a 3-game season once again. where we needed to come up big in one of them. We didn't come up big in none of them, right? Because you play at home, 99% Arsenal fans, and you can't get a win. All right, that's where you lost that one. Then you play at home against Villa with a title in your grasp. You don't win that one. Then you go on a road where nobody's expecting anything to happen and you lose 1-0. I mean, you just basically like, ugh, yuck. Yuck, yuck, yuck. And we luckily we did not let we didn't let that loss against Bayern Munich roll into the next game, which is always a good sign of a response. But it was a little too late at that point. There was a comment before I forget. Did Rock play in college? He did. University of Miami. He played at a defensive tackle. They won a national championship in 1991 with him on the pitch. On the
1991.
1991, Rock played American football at the University of Miami, one of the biggest teams at that point in those years. It was it was the convicts versus Catholic days, for those who know. But yeah, and basically the University of Miami's team had essentially professionals. Like you could take a team of University of Miami players and play them as a professional team if you over the course of many years, all of them ended up playing. And like there was Hall of Famers on that team. Warren Sapp was on there. So yeah. Mr. Tom, you guys just take this. I'll be right back. Sorry.
All right, let's have a look at some of the questions. We've got a question from Russ Morgan. Who did Emery score against in his return match? I have no idea.
Leeds.
How are those guys, Russ? Sorry,
They're doing fine. Oh, I said Leeds. I said they're doing fine. I'm just answering the questions.
Oh, okay. Who are those guys, Russ? Fuck's sake. I have a new prescription for my contacts. I mean, that's a good thing, surely. If you need that, then
especially if you drive.
Yeah, I think it was against one of the minnow teams in Yorkshire. Russ. Well, that team will need wings then, won't it, to rise above the rest of the minnows in Yorkshire, I suppose.
Rise above the phoenix.
Yeah.
All right, sorry about that. It's just been.
We've got a comment saying that Terry Emery guy sure sucks.
You know what? I told you don't touch. Don't touch. Now you're making me do this. Yeah,
but if you delete the comment, it doesn't show up as deleted on my end because it's just.
Don't you touch the screen, or it should be out. Yeah, and VAR screwed us in the Villa and Newcastle games. Yeah, but like I said, the Newcastle one, we can also say once again, in all of the games that we've lost, you can also say that if we were clinical, it doesn't matter. If you're clinical in the Fulham match, you're not up 1 goal, you're up 2 goals late in the game, right? If in the Newcastle game, if they did get the goal back, you're not at 0-0. You're maybe up 1-0 probably in that game if you're clinical, right? Against West Ham and Villa in that stretch where we had lots of possession and lots of shots and goals, and we couldn't put a ball away. Clinicalness killed us in all those games. So who's better? Chris Nix has very bad problem there.
Who's better, Thierry Henry or Dean Windass?
Yeah,
I would be able to easily convince you all that it's Dean Windass.
You couldn't, because there'd just be a total bunch of nonsense coming out of your mouth, no matter what you said.
Thierry Henry scored in the last minute of a playoff final. Less than Dean Windass, I'd imagine.
All right. There's some love to Alonso.
Do you know who Ron Simmons is in American football?
I don't know who.
Football.
I don't know who that is.
Star at Florida State.
The fact that he went to Florida State is probably one reason why I don't care.
See.
There you go. That's like me asking you about players from Manchester United. You tell me about these players from Manchester United. Go on, tell me. Go on, tell me.
They're pricks, I'd imagine.
You
'cause
see,
you've been
exactly. So
Manchester
then
United.
there's nothing to say. That's how I feel about Florida State players. All right, don't care. Don't care.
It's a rival
Lane,
college, though, isn't it?
Lane Johnson, Jason Kelsey. What is this? I don't know.
It's Lane Johnson and Jason Kelsey, Gary. Sheesh.
I don't even know what this means. What's this all about?
Mal order.
It was literally one of the best 3 minutes of YouTube history that was never captured. But if you were there, as as the cool kids say, if you know, you know.
All right, I don't know that.
You're a cool kid, Gary. You just wasn't there at 9 p.m. 9 p.m. ish on. I forget. A couple of Saturdays ago, weren't it? About a month ago.
Oh, this is a wrestling thing that I missed.
Yeah, it was in the back room of the wrestling.
Oh, back room.
It
So
may or may not have sparked certain events that ended up taking place.
Oh, okay. Oh no. I do recall the history of all that stuff. So yeah, I get it. You guys are that's
We are
schoolish
bad men.
schoolish behavior. You
Yeah.
know.
It's interesting you call it schoolish behaviour. I'm not saying you're wrong to, but it's an interesting take because obviously I was deemed to treat a certain individual like a 2-year-old. And I'm like, well, if you do schoolish behaviour things, you get treated like a 2-year-old. So thank you, Gary, for putting that out there.
Yes. So we are 2 hours in. We probably need to get ready to chill and take some time out, and then maybe we'll see you guys back on the watch along with Ryan. I'm not sure who's joining there. I'm tempted to do that just because I'm going to watch it anyways. So
who is playing tonight?
Oh, jeez. No, we're not embellishing this, people. He knows who's playing.
Is it an England game or?
Don't even. We're not playing that game. Not playing it. Sorry.
Oh, we're doing a watch on for the Champions League final. That actually makes more sense. I forget what I said before.
This guy, why are you playing dumb? Stop playing dumb. Come on, you're better than this.
I'd never play dumb.
You were just playing dumb. That's what it looks like. It's just there.
I'd never play dumb. I'd never do that.
Yeah. I'm seeing like news of like Emil Shafro maybe going to Italy. So I don't know. I think, like I said, Spencer, all those 10 players can go in my eyes because they are not, in my eyes, trusted enough that we would miss them. Because Arteta will bring in luckily he's been bringing in players that he trusts, and then he'll give them some time, right? So like
Ryan,
Havertz,
is it on YouTube? Sorry,
like,
Gary. Sorry.
It's what on YouTube. Yeah.
So it's the Champions League final on YouTube. It was last year.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I always feel like it's like the Super Bowl. Is the Super Bowl on free TV? Is there such a thing as free TV anymore?
In England, it is, yeah. In England,
like, is there actually free TV? Like, can you actually stream free TV?
We have something called Freeview, which is basically on most TV channels. Most TVs, if you buy them now, like you'll get, and you have the aerial, you've got access to certain channels.
Yeah.
But for argument's sake, generally in England, free TV references to five main channels: BBC, BBC Two, ITV, Channel 4, which is it's a channel called Channel 4, and Channel 5, again, separate channel called Channel 5. Those are what people predominantly mean when they go like England are on free TV. There'll be England rights now on Channel 4. And they've been advertising it, which is why I wondered if they were playing tonight, which obviously they're not because of the Champions League final. Hence why I got confused with that. But the Champions League in England is not on free TV. But as I said earlier, they have to make it available to watch, but they don't necessarily have to advertise it. It's part of the contract.
That seems so weird. So weird because
the
market share makes a difference as well. So you want people to watch it. You know what I mean? Even if it's free for people to to view it. you get paid also by the amount of eyes that are looking at it anyway. So then, why would you not want to do that? That's part of that's how you sell, all right? You're like, I have a Champions League game, but I'm not going to market it to the people just because they don't pay for it. What? But then you're going to turn around and say, look, we had an extra million people actually watch, all right? So I want to get paid more, those types of things. So I kind of feel like kind of doing yourself a disjustice when you don't push it out there. They have worse marketing schemes for less. They spend tons of money for less. But all right, we're gonna head out of here. It's been 2 hours. Spencer, what say you before we get out of here? What you say to the people before we
Enjoy your Saturday. Those of you, what's left of it in the UK, us in the States, we're just starting the Saturday in theory. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. See you Monday night.
Very, very true. And hopefully we'll have some transfer news. Hopefully we'll be able to talk about somebody joining us.
Doesn't the window open soon, or is it officially open already?
Oh, I thought the 1st is when everything can happen, because the 31st I thought was the last day of like contracts for most of these players.
That would
right?
make sense, especially with the Champions League final.
Yeah.
Probably would
I
make
think
sense.
like if I look at let's see, if I look at yeah, I think the contracts are usually the end of
30th of June usually contract ends.
yeah. Yeah. So I think we should be, you should be able to get your players start having some serious conversations. And I know Sesko wants to be done with this thing before he heads out. So like June 30th, like that Desiree Douer? There's a player that Arsenal is looking at, 18-year-old. His contract expires on the 30th in 2026, but I know they're looking at him, so I assume everybody's is that June 30th.
I thought you were signing a footballer called Desiree.
No, this is June 30th, so I don't know. Maybe it all depends on when you join. He joined in July 1st, so there you go.
There's a singer named Desiree.
Yeah, yeah. So, Mr. Tom, what say you?
Well, apparently I was looking it up while you were talking, and I need to sign up for Discovery Plus to get a free account to even watch the Champions League final. So I probably won't be watching the Champions League final because that seems mightily sketchy to me. But I think I can stomach not watching the Champions League final. But I will listen to you guys watch the Champions League final, or Ryan, etc. Plus, I'm going to eat some food now, so whatever. Just,
all right, everybody, thanks for joining us. Those who joined us on the Instagram, I think the Twitter was having problems, so I don't think you got the push-on message there. But YouTube fans, thank you for joining us. Our message, what we have to say. We will see you guys again next week. Of course, Monday. We'll be talking about what's going on. And yeah.
Great comment from us. Americans would know her from the 1996 movie Romeo and Juliet because she sang one of the main songs on that.
Okay. There you go. All right, people. Thanks for joining us. And just because we'll do a double outro, but first, just because I'm pissing him off. I don't know. We'll see. But enjoy. Is it? So
yeah, Spain. If we're a big club, Gary, we'd just go to Fulham, go down to the college, and slap some money down on the table there.
Tony
Tony
was always going to play.
Oh, that's just a great
like
way.
A deer in headlights there.
He was lost all his words at that point.
He was
had nothing to say.
Wait, I'm only used to talking to people with testicles. I'm used to talking about people that don't have testicles. But sorry, what?
I don't know where Mr. Tom was going with this one, but yeah, we're gonna head out of here, everyone. We'll see you guys on Monday, and we'll see you guys again next week. We'll see who joins us then. Hopefully, I guess there's football hasn't started yet, right? The Euros don't start for a bit, so we'll see when
end of the month usually.
End of the month,
June 14th.
Oh, is that when it is? All right, everyone. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you guys. I think there's a comment here before we get out of here. All right.
Do you mean AFC always?
Yeah. All right. We'll see you guys later. Enjoy. and have a good weekend. Thank you. Subscribe, like, and all of that. And then
Life is a journey. Don't waste your trip. Go to the ride. There you go.